This is the BMW i3S, and today I'm going to show you the entire car. It's also important to note that this is a 2019 model with the largest battery, 120 amp hours, which is the same as 42.5 kilowatt hours with the voltage in this battery pack. So this is one of the best, most maxed out i3s that you can buy, with the i3S, the sport version with the extra horsepower and the fender flares, and you have the largest battery pack ever available on an i3, and since it's discontinued, I don't think it will be any better than this, with this awesome paint, Imperial Blue as well. Let's walk around and then start behind. So you can see the badging i3S. The other way you can see that this is a S model is the fender flares here. These are black plastic, contrasting the Imperial Blue color of the car. You can see those are behind here and in the front as well. So it's wider. Another difference is the horsepower, which is slightly increased, and the tire, which are in a staggered setup on normal tires. Normally in summer you have 195 in the back and 175 in the front, but since it's winter we have 155 all around, and these are really thin. You can see that it's almost like bike tires. You have a BMW logo and a rear view camera here, which is full of schmutz, but it gets less dirty than the Tesla one actually. And you have the iDrive badging. We are running Nokia and Hakkapeliitta R3 tires, I think, studless winter tires. And you can see the suicide door and then the front door. I'll show you more of that later. Let's move to the front. So you have this half angel eye kinda BMW signature lights. This one is also optioned with adaptive LED lights. Maybe you can see inside there. And you have the kidneys, which on some options are blacked out, but these ones are silver, and I think most of them are silver. You of course have ultrasonic sensors, and here you have a camera and a rain sensor. So it has functioning auto wipers, unlike Tesla. And you can see this contrasting color from black to Imperial Blue. But there are multiple paint options for this car. And you can also get an all black one, which looks kinda nice actually. But I do like the contrast, and I do like this blue color from BMW. So let's move to the back. This one has a manual trunk. And you can't actually option it with electric liftgate. Let's adjust the ISO a little bit so we get some light in here. So in the rear you have a 12 volt outlet, you have a light here, and this one can be used, I use it for grocery bags so they don't jump around. I have some stuff in here, and the same on the other side, so we can have two grocery bags. Let's move this out of the way. Under here you have something interesting. You have a little tab to pull up here, and here is where the range extender would be if this was optioned with one, but it isn't, and I think that's the correct choice to make with this car, in my opinion. If you don't need the range extender, of course, but it makes this car much more reliable without a range extender, or so I've heard. So here you can actually replace this metal piece with a little thing to give you a little bit more space, so you can have charging cables and stuff in the back. But I don't have that, so yeah, now it's just this piece, but it's room under here since we don't have a range extender. We have points for fastening cargo, which is very nice. You have 4 points for doing this, which is way more than my Tesla. This is really nice actually. You also have a cargo divider that goes on top here, but this is removed now. And yeah, it's quite a bit of space actually. This car is larger than you think usually. It's taller than the Tesla Model 3. It's not quite as long, of course. It's much shorter, but it's still got a lot of space to be like a small car type. So let's close this one. I think that was all for the trunk. You also have a rear wiper, which is very nice to have. Let's move to the charge port, which is has an electronic lock, like you can hear, and you have these terrible flaps, which I am thinking about just cutting off. Anyways, they work, but BMW has actually designed some of the best flaps in the history of the automotive world, and they should have upgraded the i3 with those as well. But yeah, you can get aftermarket ones that looks the same. And it's a nice light here, which will, at night, it'll actually show the entire port, so it's easy to plug in. And there's a little explanation of what the different colors mean. This is very nice. I like this one. I don't like that it's electronic. It doesn't need to be. It's a failure point. But I can't complain too much about that. Let's move to the back seats. And to access the back seats, you need to first open the front door. And let me just turn off the headlights so it doesn't make any annoying sounds. Then you reach around here to this one and open this one. And then you get this super wide opening. And here you can see the exposed carbon fiber reinforced plastic. And you can see there are some irregularities in the material, and I think it's so cool to show off this. They don't try to hide the different materials. And on the door as well, you can see this is not the carbon fiber reinforced plastic, this is actually a hemp plastic material. So they use sustainable materials. The leather is real leather, but it's tanned in a sustainable way, apparently. And there's a red light here to show that the door is open. That's nice. Anyways, you can see this entire hemp plastic material on all the doors, which is nice. I like that they show off the materials that they use. They could have put something on top of this, but I like to show off the materials. It's very nice. And here is the carbon fiber reinforced plastic again. It moves along the entire door here, and you can see the combination lock here for the front door and the rear door, so you don't have a B-pillar. Back seats, this is a 4-seater, not a 5-seater. Many people think this is a 5-seater, it's not. So you have the floor mats here, which got included on this car. This is winter floor mats. And you have ISOFIX on both the back seats and cup holders in the middle, and they are down always because there is no middle seat. The back seat room is okay, I guess. Now I have my seat in my driving position, and I find it nice. It works. Of course, there is not much space under the seat, so you're limited to the seat perimeter. But yeah, it feels pretty good, and the headroom is enough because there is actually a room here. Even though there is no sunroof, it goes up here, which is nice. There is also speakers here, at least if you option the Harman Kardon sound system, which is the best option, and this car has that. And you can pull down the seats by pulling on this strap. You actually need to do it while you are pulling the seat down. Anyways, they move completely flat, actually. You can't sleep back here unless you are very short, but it's very nice for cargo to have the ability to take the seat down like this. Let's move into the front seat. And the first thing you can see here is that it's a manual seat. With this car you can't get electronic adjustable seats. There is no option for it. So it's quite interesting to see manual seats on the top trim. Anyways, it works fine. It's less prone to failure, and I don't complain. On the side door here you can see the sustainably tanned leather, some cloth material here, and then this hemp plastic material, which you can also see on the dashboard, which I will show you later. Quite a lot of space in the door pocket here for drinking bottles with dividers here. And this is the door release. It feels like some high quality plastic, I think. Anyways, it feels nice. And then we have adjustments for the side mirrors here, left, right, adjust here, and window switches here. And the windows in the back can't be adjusted, so that's why there is only 2 here. Not like Volkswagen, which has 2, even though it has 4 windows. So let's move in. Since this is the BMW i3S, you have sport mode here. This is not an option on the normal i3. So yeah, you have sport mode and Eco Pro. And if you don't adjust anything, you'll be in comfort mode, which is the default. Disable parking sensor, and this is the iDrive controller here in the middle, which I will show you later, but it's the same for all BMWs from this era. And you have a parking brake as well here. Here you have light controls in the normal placement. You have fog lights, you have a blank here, which I don't know what this is actually, but I thought this car had all the options, apparently not. Here is the light controls, auto, off, parking lights, full forced on lights, which is great for bad weather conditions when it's daylight. Here is to adjust how much instruments light up. This is very nice to have. Down here you have Frunk and trunk release, which I will show you. So if we press the Frunk, we get a message that the bonnet is open, because this car is in UK English apparently. And you still need to find little release here. We found it. There is a tire repair kit and a tow hook, which is needed. Very nice to have when you are winter driving and driving off the road, and you need some help. Windshield washer fluid there. Not much, it's very small. But at least there is something. I think you can actually install a larger one as well, because it's a lot of empty space under each of these. This seems like some sound absorbent material. That's nice. This car is surprisingly silent. And then there's actually a jack there as well. And a lot of leaves, and this is not waterproof. Please remember that. I know a lot of people who have put stuff that's not supposed to be wet in here. But you can see the drainage. This gets wet. This one has the light option that makes the door handles light up. Very nice in the night. Here is the cruise control options. And these are just normal cruise control options like you see on most other cars. But this one is for slow under 60 kilometers per hour, it can hold lanes. Over 60 kilometers per hour, it cannot hold lanes. I know you can hack this into the car with Beamer code, I think, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. Here is the blinker stalk, which is not used much on BMWs actually. It's the least used function on BMW, but I'll show you that it works. And it's like a it goes back to the normal position, so it's the same as the Tesla Model 3 before the Highland, and also the newer Teslas in general that have a stalk. Most of them don't now. And you have automatic high beams. This works very nice, and it has some semi-matrix function, so it'll keep the lights on where the cars aren't. So it's a very nice function, and it doesn't blind people. I have tested this one, so this is very nice. This button just adjusts what you see on the front screen here. So now you can see the battery percentage, If I press it, you will see our efficiency. If I press it once more, it'll show, I think it's short-term efficiency, average speed, temperature outside, time off, total distance this car has gone, or the battery percentage, which I like to have there since it's not shown elsewhere. This is the gear stalk, and it's super nice. I love this design. This is one of my favorite features with this car. Drive, park, neutral, reverse, and it's super easy to switch between them, and it makes parking easy, it makes turning around easy. Super nice. You also have a start-stop button, which I wish this car didn't have. It shouldn't need that, but it's okay. It's okay. I will leave it at that. This is the windshield stalk. I think this is very normal for BMWs to have this exact design, but it has a rear windshield wiper and sprayer as well. Very nice. I won't go into detail on this. This is just a normal windshield wiper stalk. This is multimedia, so we can adjust radio and switch between Bluetooth and MP3 or whatever you have. And this is volume, and this is just switching between the modes with a scroll wheel instead of a button, and calls and voice commands. Really simple. Let's go through the iDrive system, and just for your information, this is flickering. It's not flickering in real life, this is just on the camera. So you have media, navigation, my vehicle, communication, connected drive and notifications here. If I hold in on menu, I can move these around. And by holding in on menu, I mean this physical button with the name menu here. If you hold this in, you will get this option. And then you can move stuff around just as you want. Notifications, there are no faults on this car so far. So no notifications. It will give you notifications for just about anything, even though it's not severe, which I'm not used to. But that's the BMW way. Let's move into my vehicle, because that's where our settings are. So you have vehicle settings, iDrive settings, and more settings. So let's just move into vehicle settings, which is the first one here. And lights. Interior and exterior lighting. On interior lighting you can choose between red and white lighting. That's classic and modern. Modern is white, classic is red, and you can choose the brightness. That's the interior lighting in the car. It's just around everywhere in the car, really. Exterior lighting, and here you can adjust the turn signals to be 3 times or 1 time. I like to have it on the 3 times. That's the lane change autobahn style. That's the when you press it once up and not all the way up. And you have welcome lights, and that's a really cool feature, the welcome lights. Doors key, you can have comfort entry, and it'll actually explain for you here, so I don't need to do that. But yeah, you can open the window when the doors are open to give you a little bit more space, kinda. Bonnet, which is the Frunk, that's a button on the key, and this is a customizable key, which I recommend setting to auxiliary climate control, so you can preheat the car from the key by pressing this. If you look at this key, you can see this one. If you set this to auxiliary climate control, if I hold in this one, it'll start the climate control. And you can see the other buttons there as well. A rear lock, automatically lock after pulling away, unlock at the end of journey, flash for lock and lock. Simple enough. Intelligence safety is warning for front-end collision. Speed warning, something I use, but you can use it if you want. Traction control, function not currently available since the car is off. Traction control, this one has 2 options. It has DC and DC-C on. That's dynamic stability control. And you also have the special program traction. I recommend having traction control on a hotkey because you need it to climb some certain hills. It'll disable dynamic stability control and give you more power to the wheels and let you slip and let you get enough speed and enough grip to climb the hill. So if it's very icy or snowy outside, you need to use this. So I just highlight it in blue in this menu. Make sure you are on traction control there. And then you just choose which button. I'll do 2. And you just hold it in. And now it's saved. And next time I press 2 here, I'll get the menu for traction control and I can enable more traction. Parking. This is just parking help. EcoPro, you can adjust what you want EcoPro to do for you. EcoPro is the Eco program on this car, if you need to more range. Activate auxiliary climate. Auxiliary climate is parking climate, so when you're charging and you want the air conditioner or heater to run, you need to activate auxiliary climate. And you can also do the same with this and save it to a button. I already saved it to number 1, but I'll show you. You just hold in here. And now it's saved. So when I press 1 the next time around, I'll get auxiliary climate. This is the most important part of owning a BMW i3. Plan charging climate control setting under my vehicle. So if I click in on this one, I'll get a lot of options, so I can charge immediately. This is for AC charging, by the way, not DC charging. So this is home charging or work charging, slow charging. It's called a lot of different things, but this is for that. And you can set up when electricity is cheap, it'll only charge between 10 and 6 AM for me, because that's when electricity is cheap for me. But you can adjust this to when it's affordable. And you might ask, don't I want it to charge all the night? Not necessarily. This has a 42.2 kilowatt hours battery. It'll be full on most home chargers or even a wall socket with just a little bit of time for charging. So there's no reason to actually have it charge all night. You can just set up a time slot when it's affordable, and you can save a little bit of money each day. If you have like a price that's the same all night and all day, it doesn't really matter. You can just have charge immediately. And you can have precondition for departure. This is important to have in this car, because when you precondition this car, you'll get more range. Because you can precondition from the wall socket. So it'll draw power from the wall socket. Yeah, heat the battery, make everything ready, and don't use the battery power to do this. And it'll precondition the battery as well, of course, to get maximum performance. If you can see on these settings, it'll actually draw on the battery, because the tariff time slot is set to 6 AM and departure is set to 7, so it'll start precondition at 7 and then it's not charging because I set the time slot to 6 AM cutoff. You can adjust this time slot to have it until 7:25, and then you are sure that you can draw from the wall socket. And charging current, I have from the cable, I have low, just for safety. I don't need anymore. And AC quick charging can be maximum. This is for like a home EV SC, electric vehicle supply equipment, or a home charger, someone calls it. But it's not really a charger, it's EV SE. Anyways, this can stay at max because usually that's very safe, because the charger has all kinds of protections, but wall socket is kind of sketchy, really. So I just put it to low, and then it'll draw 6 amps, I think, or something, 9 amps, very low. Anyways, this is just for safety. You have driver profiles. I have set up some for me and my significant other. Vehicle status, tire pressure stuff, and other status stuff. You can check if you have any error codes. Technology in action, a lot of data here on the battery pack, and you can see your efficiency and stuff like that. It's really nice. Auxiliary consumers, it'll show you how much the climate is using. Now I have it turned off for the video, so it doesn't really matter. Driving information is just trip computer, which you can see here is set at 586 kilometers right now. You reset it by pressing the button on the side here. There's a button here. And you can see it's 0. So you can reset there as well. So that's very simple. Owner's handbook. That was my vehicle and all the settings. I don't have CarPlay set up now, but CarPlay is its own tile all the way to the left here, beside the navigation, once it's active. Here is the center controls. You have normal vents. This is just an air freshener. And this is a temperature sensor, I think. The black little thing here. Anyways, everything here is normal. I can put on the climate control here, and you can adjust it with this little screen. This is very nice. It feels very premium to be able to do this. I don't know why, but with the little screen in the middle, I like it. And here is volume. If you don't adjust by the steering wheel, you can adjust volume here. And seat heaters, of course, which are prone to failure, sadly, in this car, in all models. And yeah, just normal climate controls and defroster, which is very nice in winter. You have a glove box, which which moves up like this. Here is the center armrest. If you move this up, you will get another cup holder. But what? This is a bad location for this one. Okay, just take it out then, and then move it over here, like this. And then you have a cup holder here as well as here. Here you have, let's just give you a little bit more light here. Here you have a 12-volt outlet and one USB-C port and one USB-A port. And this is where the cup holder was. Inside the center console you have a wireless charger. You place your phone here and you can wireless charge. The front dashboard is made of this hemp material, and there's a speaker in the middle and speakers on the side here. You can see Harman Kardon, and there is some wood material here, very nice. Here you can see the buttons in the top. You have lights on each of the sides, or both at the same time, and you have a sunroof which can open or close. This is kinda awesome. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this and videos that are not like this, you can subscribe to this channel. I see a lot of people that watch my videos that don't subscribe, so please leave any feedback in the comments and I'll try to improve.